Martell Holt has been in the spotlight for years now, but this time it's not about business, not about the show, and not even about Melody. It's Wanda calling him out, and she's not holding anything back. Wanda has always been the kind of woman who says what's on her mind, whether people like it or not. She doesn't sugarcoat her words, and she's not afraid of the backlash that comes with it. This time, her target is Martell Holt, and she's calling him out for what she says is pure nonsense, saying he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing as a man, a father, and a person who claims to have it all together. When Wanda talks, people listen because she's unpredictable, emotional, and raw. And when she went live and started speaking about Martell, fans knew this wasn't just another casual rant. This was personal. Wanda started off by saying she was tired of the games and the fake image Martell was putting out there. She said she's been watching him act like the perfect man online, giving interviews, promoting his business, smiling for the camera, while behind the scenes, things were falling apart. According to Wanda, Martell's not paying what he's supposed to pay, and he's not living up to the fatherly image he likes to show the world. Her exact words were sharp and emotional. She said, "Y'all keep acting like he's the victim, but he ain't paying no support, he ain't winning nothing, and he's still trying to play that good guy role." The way she said it, you could tell she meant every single word. This wasn't gossip. This was Wanda speaking from her chest. Now, you already know the internet didn't waste a second. The minute Wanda's live ended, clips started flooding social media. Fans were screen recording, coasting, tagging, and dissecting every word she said. Within hours, #Wanda was trending among Love and Marriage Huntsville fans, and everyone had something to say. Some people said she finally said what everyone else was afraid to say, that Martell needed to be held accountable. Others said Wanda crossed the line because this was none of her business, especially since she's not directly involved in Martell and Melody's issues. But that's the thing about Wanda. Once she starts, she's not backing down. Tisha Scott, Wanda's daughter, looked caught in the middle as always. You could almost see the stress on her face in her latest appearance. On one side, she's got her mama, who's fiery and outspoken, and on the other side, her castmate, Martell, who's trying to defend his image. Kimmy Scott tried to step in and calm everyone down, being the peacemaker like she always is. But this time, even Kimmy's calm energy couldn't cool Wanda off. Wanda doubled down, saying she wasn't taking back a single thing she said. She made it clear that she wasn't lying, that she wasn't doing it for attention, and that she was speaking the truth people didn't want to hear. She said, "I'm tired of people babying that man. I'm tired of watching him act innocent. He ain't innocent. He grown. He know what he doing." The way she said it, fans knew she wasn't just angry, she was fed up. And honestly, that's what makes Wanda so unpredictable. She doesn't play by the show's rules. She doesn't think about PR or how it'll look. She just speaks. Martell's name started trending again, and once the blogs got hold of Wanda's rant, it spread even faster. Every major gossip page was posting about it, YouTubers were reacting to it, and the fan base was split right down the middle. Some fans were praising Wanda for having the guts to speak up, while others said she was out of line for discussing another grown man's personal life. But no matter which side people were on, they were all watching. And that's exactly why this show never stops being talked about. What made this situation even more interesting was the timing. Just days before Wanda's outburst, Martell had been spotted out looking completely calm, posting about his wine brand, talking about family values, and sharing motivational quotes about peace and growth. So when Wanda came out swinging, people were confused. They were like, "Where did this come from?" Some believed Wanda must have seen something behind the scenes that pushed her over the edge. Others thought she was just fed up with the way Martell keeps presenting himself as the victim when, according to her, he's the problem. And right in the middle of the chaos, Melody Shari posted something that got everyone's attention. She didn't mention Martell's name, she never does, but her post said something about how peace is better than chaos and how God always reveals the truth. The timing was too perfect to be a coincidence.
Fans immediately started connecting the dots, saying Melody was throwing quiet shade at all the mess without having to say a word. That's one thing about Melody. She doesn't argue online. She lets her posts do the talking, and people always catch the message, even when she doesn't spell it out. Now, once Wanda mentioned child support, the internet did what it always does. It brought up Arian Curry. People started pulling up old interviews, clips, and screenshots, wondering how deep this story really goes. Some fans said Wanda was indirectly shading Arian too, while others thought she was just focused on Martell's behavior. Either way, Arian's name started circulating again, and the drama just kept getting bigger. Arian herself stayed quiet, at least for now, but everyone knows when her name comes up, she usually doesn't stay silent for long. At this point, you can imagine the Love and Marriage Huntsville group chat was on fire. Marcel probably shaking his head, Tisha trying to calm Wanda down, and Maurice stepping in with that logical voice saying, "Let's not make it
Worse. But Wanda, she doesn't listen once she's started. And the fans knew that. That's why, when she went live again, yes, she did another one, the internet was ready. Her second live was even more heated. She said, "I'm going to say what I want to say. If you don't like it, don't watch me." She clapped her hands, rolled her eyes, and spoke from pure emotion. You could hear the passion in her voice. She said Martell acts like he's perfect in public, but behind the scenes, things don't add up. She said he talks about family, respect, and responsibility, but he's not living up to those words. The comment section exploded. People were typing fast, agreeing, arguing, defending Martell. It was pure chaos. And then fans started tagging Martell nonstop, demanding that he respond. And you know Martell, he wasn't about to let that slide. Later that night, he went live too, but his tone was calm. Too calm. That kind of calm that lets you know someone's angry but holding it in. He said he wasn't going to argue with no older woman online, but he made sure to defend himself. He said people were dragging his name for clicks, that he takes care of his kids, and that anyone saying otherwise was lying. His words were sharp, but his tone was smooth, like he was trying to stay composed. You could tell he was annoyed, though. His face said it all. By this time, Wanda's rant had gone viral, and every gossip page was talking about him again. Fans from other reality shows even started jumping in the comments, saying, "Dang, Huntsville stays messy." Martell said he wasn't about to explain himself to the public anymore, and that people needed to stop believing everything they hear online. But the damage was already done. And right on cue, Melody posted again. Another subtle post, this time about silence being the loudest answer. She talked about peace and forgiveness, and her fans flooded the comments saying, "We see you, Mel," and "You always take the high road." She didn't have to say much. Just that one post was enough to keep everyone talking. Melody knows her power. She knows that sometimes saying nothing says everything. Meanwhile, Tisha tried to stay quiet. She didn't want to fuel the fire. She posted something simple about focusing on her blessings and ignoring negativity. But fans weren't letting her off that easy. They were in her comments saying, "Girl, come get your mama." And Tisha, control Wanda before she starts a war. Tisha's always stuck in the middle, trying to respect her mama while also protecting her relationships with the cast. That's not easy, especially when your mother's the one shaking the whole internet. Marcel, as usual, tried to bring humor into it. He went on his live laughing, saying, "My mama-in-law, y'all know she got a mind of her own." That was his polite way of saying, "Don't involve me." But even he knew it was bad publicity. You can tell when Marcel starts joking, it's because things are getting too serious. Kimmy, on the other hand, was calm and logical, as always. During her live Q&A, someone asked her about the drama, and she said, "People are emotional. We all go through things. But we have to remember what matters most." She didn't pick sides, but it was clear she was trying to pour water on a fire that was already burning too strong. Fans started digging even deeper into Wanda's words. They pulled up old interviews where Martell talked about money, about being a father, about rebuilding himself after his split with Melody. People started saying maybe Wanda was hinting at things the cameras don't show. They started reposting clips, analyzing timelines, even going back to old court-related rumors trying to piece everything together. Before long, Martell's business page was getting flooded with comments. "Pay your support! Be a better dad! Stop acting innocent!" The man couldn't post a single photo without people reminding him of Wanda's words. And honestly, this whole situation reminded fans why they fell in love with Love and Marriage Huntsville in the first place. It's raw, it's emotional, it's unpredictable. The cast doesn't fake it. When they fight with their hearts, and when they speak with passion. Wanda may be messy, but she's real, and people respect that even when they disagree with her. When fans thought it was over, Wanda went live again, yes, again, and this time she said, "I heard y'all calling me messy. I ain't messy, I'm honest. If telling the truth makes me messy,